together with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, it's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. Just me today, as we have the four sports again. We're starting with MLB, then we're going to college basketball, then we have NBA, and then we have NHL. We have 9 games in the MLB. We have 4 games in college basketball. We have 7 in the NBA, 8 in the NBA, I think maybe 9. And then we have 6 in the NHL. So we have a full slate to go over for today. But we got some recapping to do. Yesterday, no bueno. It started off okay, and then I couldn't win a play to save my life at the end of the night. Baseball ended up finishing 4-5, down 0.9 units for me. Yeah, 0.9 units for me in baseball. Brewers did not get the job done. They had a chance at the end there. Devin Williams almost choked another game away, but they barely held on there. Red Sox get the job done. How about them Chicago White Sox? They get the first 5, and they won the full game. And the Angels used a position player in the 8th inning. That was interesting there in that game. The Mets did not get the job done. The first 5 under did cash in Pittsburgh, Miami. The full game did not. I wish I did first 3, first 5 rather than first 5, first 3. First 5 full game. It is what it is. And then in the later games, the Diamondbacks did not get the job done. The Oakland A's did get the first 5 win, but they did not win the full game. But I didn't bet the full game. I did take the team total over and got hooked on that. It was 2.5, and it ended up finishing 4-2. So that was kind of frustrating there. In the NBA, 0-2 yesterday. I should have taken the full game on the San Antonio Spurs inside the first quarter. The first quarter, they ended up losing by 6, but they covered the full game. And then Atlanta did not get the job done as well. So 0-2 in the NBA yesterday, kind of frustrating there. The NHL went 2-3-1, down slightly for me. The Lightning, what a no-sweat winner there. And then the Philadelphia Flyers as well was a nice winner. Washington -1. They lose 4-2 to the Wild. The Blues -1 push. The team total over loss. I should have taken the 3 instead of the 3.5. Would have pushed the 3 there, and it would have been a double push with them getting another 2 points closer to a playoff spot. They do get the win though. That's 8 in a row now for the St. Louis Blues. And then ended the night with a loss at Calgary there against the Dallas Stars. In college basketball, got Alabama -5.5, but that's where my hot streak in college basketball came to an end. Maryland +6.5 and +225, loser. Duke -9, they win by 7. They score 100 points, and they don't cover. That was annoying there. And then in overtime, Texas Tech wins by 3. So Arkansas is out. But Arkansas does cover. So yesterday was a day, if you just played, I believe, all the money line favorites, you would have won. So maybe we might see some dogs today. I've only moved on the 4 college basketball games. So there's that. But we'll head over to the chat, and then we will get into today's card. Down 0.8 from yesterday, so not too bad. Oh, I do have a recap of yesterday. And the beautiful thing that I discovered about doing it the way I'm doing it is that I can easily just export it to you can export it to a what do you call it? A spreadsheet. So like it's just very easy to export. I don't have to type everything in. And I will create that in a minute. So there's that. And then let me quickly stop screening there. And then present the standings for today from yesterday. There we go. So far, leading the way, Untouchable had a awesome day yesterday. 8-3, up 10.10 units. Cash with Adley Rutschman home run plus 625 really helped him there. I believe he started the day off 7-0, so he had an amazing start. Occupancy 4-1. Neil 1-0. He had the under in the Brewers game. Coyote, I have you at 4-5-1, down 0.3 units. So I don't know if I just miscalculated it there, but I have you at minus 0.3, not 0.8. I was down 0.9. Nicholas Handy 0-1. John Boy 0-1. Robert 5-3, down 2.07 units. But still, we have over a month for the first contest. We have over a month before it is over. So you guys have plenty of time to enter. It is free to enter. That reminds me. Let me go ahead and create a new one for today, for March the 28th. Untitled Form. No, I want this to be MLB picks. Not MLB. March 28th. Must have play and odds for play 2. And then the first question, as always, what is your name? So we know whose picks they are, and then what are your MLB plays for today? And that is a paragraph 1 required. There we go. Published. Publish. There we go. And then let's grab the link for it. And then I'll be able to post this in the chat. There we go. Copy responder link. And there we go. There you go. There is the link in the comments there for today's forms. It is MLB plays for today. It is the MLB contest. We'll be running it every single month of the season. And if you guys win, you get a t-shirt. No socks, no underwear, because we've repeatedly said this, that those are not available on the merch site that we use. My bros were kicking ass on the site, and then they lose 7 in a row to finish the day. How? Because the last 7 plays we posted up did not win. White Sox saved me, doubled up on them. Yeah, they laid again. I'm sorry. I was filling up my glass with water. So I knew today was going to be a long show, a lot of talking. So, yes. Mets suck. What a debut. There's 161 more games. It'll be okay. Record updates every day or what you think. I'm hoping to. And if it's as easy as it was today, or if it was as easy as it was grading today's plays, then it should be fine. No special guest today. Tim is not available today, but he will be back on Sunday. No special guests. Okay. It's just me today, yes. LOL, 4 and 5 same, but I had Sox first 5 plus 170. I had plus 120 on them first 5, but yeah, that was hell. That was a great call there. Tim A, experiment A's. Bet was a disaster start. Yes, if you looked at his thing though, it's only a quarter unit per play, and I think it's all 1 unit risk, 1 unit of risk per play or per day. So whatever. I predict he quits it. We've learned he doesn't quit. Yeah. 446. You begged for a new contest. Now it's here. Same. Yeah. I begged. They banned me. We did not ban you. Was I supposed to laugh? I don't think so. They banned me. We don't ban you. We specifically want you to enter. We've asked you plenty of times. Enter, please. Enter, please. We want you in the contest. We want everybody in the contest. So don't give us the bullshit that we banned you. or anything like that. Fill out the goddamn plays. We put you in timeout because you were continuing to be an asshole after you won't do the contest. So no, we don't want we want you in the contest. We want you. Come be in the contest. It's free, god damn it. We wanted you in the bracket one too because you want to talk all this shit, but you don't want to back it up. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to highlight you there. You don't want to back up your ex or anything along those lines. You just want to talk shit and have nothing to hold your ground on. We don't care what you say if you don't enter our contests that are free. You want to talk shit? You want to be like that? Enter the goddamn contest and put your picks where your mouth is, or shut up. Plain and simple. Yeah. Yo, what's good, Markel? Money Markel. Okay, there you go. That was my overall record. Okay. Counting all sports. Fine. How do I enter? I put the link in the thing. How do you enter? The link is now in the chat. He'll send the link. Yes. Google Doc form. Type your plays in. Submit for only baseball. Yes, sir. Going to be a long show. Baseball shows will be long shows. There is the link for it. Damn, hard to show up today after the Blue Jays pick yesterday. I admit my shame. Yeah, I'm mad I left the what do you call it? Them off my card. I'm pissed the A's. Yeah. You want to do a contest all year? It's every month. Every month you can win one. You obviously don't listen. It's every single month. What is an ESB t-shirt worth on eBay? They're probably not on eBay. I don't know. It's a month. It's a month, and it takes less effort than the comments you make every day. Exactly. You guys ban me too. We love you, Turnsy. We will never ban you. I would never ban you. They put me on quiet, expect me to play. We wanted you in the contest, and you kept saying no. So that's how you talk to your son. Yes. Put me in timeout. But yeah, no, we put you in timeout because you were being an asshole, and you wouldn't join our contest. Just kidding. Yeah. You played a free contest before and then complained it was for money. Now you don't want to do it either. No, because he wants to be able to talk shit and not be able to put anything behind it. Like he wants to criticize everybody else, but when it comes time to put up or shut up, he won't put up. I don't play after being put in. Oh, you're just proving my point that you just don't want to do anything. Okay. Love it. Well said. Yes. I put you in timeout, not them. Who cares? I know it's a cause that you'll never ever do it because you just want to be able to talk the talk without having to walk the walk. And we get it. You're scared that you might look like an idiot if you put out your plays because you're an overall losing capper and you don't want to be exposed as a losing capper. So you will continue to just talk and not put out. But it is what it is, I guess. We'll kick it on off here in the MLB. 9 games on the MLB card. And we'll kick it on off here with an actual opening day, right? The Tampa Bay Rays taking on the Colorado Rockies. The Rays minus 205 with a total of 8 in this game. Taking a look at the line history in this one. Hopefully it'll load sometime soon. Let me switch over the cash flow here as well. These two teams, 0-0 on the year. These are the only two teams that did not play yesterday. We have 88% of tickets and 94% of cash on the Tampa Bay Rays, and this line's not moving. 99% of tickets, 98. My bad. I don't know about the line because I haven't gotten the chance to look at it yet. 99% of tickets, 98% of cash on the over here as well. This game being played at 4:10. It's Kyle Freeland taking Ryan Papiot. Line opened up at a 185. It's now 209. So we have a big move here towards the Tampa Bay Rays. Line opened up at a 7.5. It's now an 8. So we have a move towards the over here as well. And looking at this spot, I mean, we have Kyle Freeland, the opening day starter for Colorado. This is going to be a Colorado team that's going to struggle this year. And 21 starts last year, Freeland went 5-8 with a 5.24 ERA. He pitched 113 in the third innings pitched, struck out 85, walked 26, gave up 22 home runs in his appearances. On the other side, we have Ryan Papiet in this one here, where in his last year, he started 26 games for the Tampa Bay Rays, went 8-8 with a 3.60 ERA, pitched 130 innings, struck out 142, 48 walks, and 17 home runs last year. I don't really know what to do with this game. This is the first game at George M. Steinbrenner Field for the Tampa Bay Rays in that minor league stadium this year. I think this is going to be an over team potentially. But obviously, overs are kind of tough for me to get involved with because public loves overs. And at least the line's gone from 7.5 to 8 for those who want to back overs in this one here. But for me in this spot, I just don't feel a need to get involved with it. I kind of want to take a look at real quick. I forgot to bring this up for yesterday. Bullpen rankings. For Fangraphs. Let's see. Power rankings, bullpens. Get that up. Oh, it's only 1 to 15. That's annoying. Okay, I see him here now. Looks like they have the Colorado Rockies projected 29th bullpen in baseball, and they have the Tampa Bay Rays projected. Wow. All right. 8, 7, 6, 5. 24th in baseball. So these are two of the worst bullpens in baseball projected here. It would be over no bet. If I'm getting involved with the early game here, it'd be over bet. Maybe this is a Tampa, or maybe this is a Colorado team over. This line's moved an awful lot as well. But yeah, ultimately for me, not a game I'm getting involved with. I guess it's a lean towards maybe an over or a Colorado team total over. I put my plays out here in the chat. Don't hide. Yeah, okay. Put them in the place that we want you to put them. You are not special. I'm not going to write down your plays. I don't care what your plays are. I want you to compete with everybody else so you can just prove that you're such a genius. Unless we just think you're a moron. You walk the walk. I put my plays out here. Then put the plays in the. It's not that hard. Like, am I out of place to think that putting in your plays that you already put in the comments into a Google Forms is an impossible task? Okay. No one pays attention or tracks them. Exactly. That's my fault. I put them out. Put them in where we track them. Just bet against the Mets every day. There you go. Yeah. This is some real Andy Kaufman level trolling. 446. I'm impressed. He is a troll at this point. I'm good. Yeah. Very avant-garde. Yes. 446. No, you absolutely troll. You troll. But okay. Pass. All right. I remember saying for years, Rays steal signs at home. They're not at Tropicana right now, though. They're at the Yankees spring training facility this year because of what happened during the hurricane in Tampa Bay to Tropicana. I've also said Rays team total overs at home. No, you're not. We'll move on. The Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Baltimore Orioles. The Blue Jays minus 120, totaled 8.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here. Kevin Gausman versus Charlie Morton. This line opened up 128, down to a 121. Wow. That's kind of interesting that the lines dropped. It was actually my bad. It was minus 128 before the game yesterday, and it reopened up at 748 at minus 120. My bad. That's one thing I got to keep in mind is some of these books, they reopen up lines after the games, and that's really when we should start dictating it. Line opened up at an 8.5 even money. It's now an 8.5 at minus 115. Let's take a look at the cash flow here in this one. 98% tickets, 99% cash on the over, which is annoying. I want to bet some of these overs. And maybe I just need to get past that here with the way the market is. And then we have 60% of tickets, 76% of cash is on the Orioles here as well. Now, I don't expect the Orioles to drop 12 again. Like, that's not something I expect. Obviously, we have Baltimore 1-0 on the year, 1-0 on the road. Though the Blue Jays 0-1, 0-1 at home. It was a 12-2 win here for the Orioles yesterday. And I fully expect people to overreact and probably bet the Orioles again today, which we've already seen a little bit there. 60% of tickets, 76% of cash on the Orioles in that spot. So I definitely see them being a little bit of a public dog in this one here. Charlie Morton will be your starter here for the Orioles. I wanted to click his numbers, but let me see if I can get Charlie Morton's. Where is Charlie Morton's numbers here from last year? All right, cool. I can't get his numbers up. That's annoying. Let me go back to here real quick because he wasn't a. There we go, and I can click him from there. He wasn't a Oriole last year. He played for Atlanta in 30 games he started 30 games for Atlanta. Went 8-10 with a 4.19 ERA. 163 and a third innings pitched, struck out 167 batters, walked 64, and gave up 23 home runs. Charlie Morton is what he is. He is a 4s pitcher that should be a 5, not a 2. On the flip side, Kevin Gausman felt like he had a weird year last year. He declined a little bit, it felt like, but still, I mean, he started 31 games, 14-11, 3.83 ERA, 181 innings pitched, struck out 162, walked 56, and gave up 20 home runs. Fangraphs projection has the Toronto Blue Jays bullpen slightly below average at 19th, and they have the Baltimore Orioles projected number 2 in baseball. They really have the Guardians projected at 7th. That's kind of nuts there. So obviously the bullpen edge does go towards the Orioles in this one here, which would probably make me want to cut down the game here for the first 5 in this spot and look strictly at Toronto first 5. The line's moved against them, but I understand that with the money coming in on Baltimore, the line moving against it here. But I want to get my day started with Toronto to bounce back after that embarrassing performance yesterday. I lean Toronto first 5, maybe a Toronto team total over. I want to fade Martin because he is somebody where he'll go out and get you 5 to 6 innings, but he'll give up 4 to 5 runs in the process, but give you innings. And that's something I think the Braves will miss this year is his ability to just go out there and give you innings. And I feel like I should be betting both these in this spot, which there we go. That's a bettable price. Minus 125 over on BetMGM. It would be the Blue Jays first 5 in this spot here. And I'm kind of leaning first 5 over here as well, which is 4.5 minus 115. And it would be me wanting to fade Morton a little bit more here. I think fading specifically Morton. So yeah, I'm actually going to get my day started with a double up in this spot here. First 5 over and first 5 money line here with the Toronto Blue Jays in this game. I think first 5 overs are going to be really strong in Oriole games this year because their offense is still pretty good. And their defense and their bullpen can shut games down, the Orioles. It's that rotation I would like to fade of the Baltimore Orioles. So yes, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get my day started here with a double up. First 5s in this one here. First 5 money line with the Toronto Blue Jays minus 125. First 5 over. 4.5 minus 115 as well over on Bet365. So there we go. It is, Blue Jays first 5 money line. Putting that up real quick, and then the first 5 over as well. See. Oh yeah, I forgot. Good job. Oh yeah, I forgot. Good job, Nixter. Remind me what? Is there a way to ignore 446? They literally you can mute him, or you can have it so you don't see his comments. Jay's money line, yeah. I'm cutting it down though because I'm not a huge fan of the Jays bullpen. But yeah, okay. Jay's pitching is horrific. Barrios is a disaster, and that's the one way I think that the Baltimore Orioles would win the first 5 is it has to go over because Morton's not going to go out there and give you 5 shutout innings. He's just not that type of pitcher. So I think if the and we know on the flip side, Gosman can give up a run or two. In the first 5 innings. So I definitely think that 4.5 number is worth a look there. Horrible contract. He's been okay. Maybe he's not played up to the contract, but yeah. Under 8, no. Maybe a live under, because I do think we can get some early runs. And then once they pull Morton, maybe that's when you jump on the under. I feel the O's smash righties. Yeah. Good morning, ESP. What's good, Nathan? All righties. Yeah. Over 8.5 contest play. You obviously don't know what you're doing because number one, here's a simple thing. And it's very, very easy. And you may have missed it the first time. But here you go. There's the link that you can type them in the chat. Also, if you wanted it to be a contest play, first of all, it needs to be typed into that link, into the Google form. Second of all, there's no odds. What was it minus 110? Was it minus 115? Was it minus 120? So obviously you're not paying attention that much. Smashed 2 parlays last night and nailed the royal flush. Hell yeah. Rays play different home field. Reminder. Yes. I'm taking the Trop. Yeah. Who on the Blue Jays do you expect to produce? I saw nothing yesterday. I still like that lineup that the Blue Jays have. Yes, they didn't look good yesterday. I'm well aware they did not look good yesterday. But you have Bo Bichette and you still got Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Anthony Santander. That's a really strong start to the top of the lineup. I'm a fan of Will Wagner. I think he'll have a decent year. Springer is a question mark for me. I don't mind Kirk. We saw Jimenez hit a home run. So yeah. Yeah, there's the link. Be sure to enter. If you want to enter your contest picks, do it there. It is way easier for me to grade. So yeah. The flightless birds, give me the O's money line. Okay. Jays made another offer to Vlad. I hope he declines every offer that they give him so he goes into the season, or that he continues the season on a contract year. I think Vladdy can win the MVP if it's a contract year for him and he puts up really strong games over the 162. I'm not sure how much higher. Yeah, I think the number he's really looking for starts with a 6, but I don't know. Well, to the next one here, the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Miami Marlins. The Pirates minus 140 with a total of 8 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here between Mitch Keller and Connor Gillespie. Your pitching matchup here. Line open up at a 125. It's now 142 for Pittsburgh. So we do have a move towards the Buccos in this game here. Line open up 7.5. It's now an 8. So we do have a move towards the over here as well. We have 99% of tickets and 99% of cash is on the over. So once again, just all of these overs getting slammed. 76% of tickets, 87% of cash on the Pirates. The line's at least moving towards the Pirates here in this one. The Marlins walked it off yesterday. The Marlins 1-0 in the year. Who would have thought the Marlins and the White Sox would be 1-0 right now? I know it's one game in, no reason to overreact over one singular baseball game. But the Marlins with a 5-4 win yesterday to get their season started off right. Pittsburgh 0-1. They kind of had that game slip away because that was, I believe, 4-1 Pittsburgh at one point in that one. Not a game I'm interested in. This was a game that I really liked yesterday with Sandy and Skeens. I wish I went first 3, first 5 instead of first 5 full game when it came to unders in that one there. But this is another spot where I don't trust either of these offenses, but this line has moved up to an 8, which kind of does make me a little bit more interested in under. I just don't trust these bullpens. I don't know what to trust from Gillespie. Let's take a look at these two pitchers real quick before we move on. Gillespie pitched 3 games with the Guardians in 2024. None of them were starts. He had a 2.25 ERA, only went 8 innings though. Walked 5, struck out 8, no home runs, 2 earned runs total. But I mean, he's not somebody that, yes, I need to go ahead and back him. It sounds like a bullpen game really for Miami. On the flip side, Mitch Keller started 31 games last year, went 11-12 with a 4.25 ERA, 178 innings pitched, 166 strikeouts, 50 walks, 23 home runs given up. I'm not laying this price with Pittsburgh on the road. We learned that yesterday that you don't lay this price with Pittsburgh on the road, but I really don't have an interest in Miami either. So this is another pass here for me in this one. Let's see. Pitt money line. Yeah. I was told the Fish offense was the worst in baseball. Oh, and they They scored 5 runs yesterday. Don't expect that very often, but they did. It happens. Is that a buy or sell? Is that the buy or sell? What? Hashtag stop fish fade. That pirate hurt whoever had them. I did not. I had the under, unfortunately, but yeah, pass, no bet, pass. We'll continue on. The Boston Red Sox 1-0 on this young year. Minus 115, total of 8.5 against the Texas Rangers. 0-1. We had the Boston Red Sox. They won that game yesterday 5-2 over the Texas Rangers. It'll be Tanner Houck taking on Jack Leiter. Let's take a look at this pitching matchup here, and then we'll get into the line history and the cash flow, where we have Tanner Houck, who in 2024 had a really strong year. Started 30 games, only went 9-10, but a 3.12 ERA and 178 and 2/3 innings pitched. Struck out 154, walked 47, gave up 11 home runs. On the flip side, Jack Leiter kind of struggled last year a little bit. Wasn't somebody who I was overly thrilled about. He started, he pitched in 9 games, started 6 of them, went 0-3 with an 8.83 ERA. Struck out 31 and 37 and 2/3 innings pitched, walked 17. He gave up 35 earned runs, and 7 home runs. I expect better from Jack Leiter this year, though. I do. This line opened up with the Red Sox as minus 113 favorites. It's down to a 105. This line opened up at a 8.5 minus 115. It's now an 8.5 minus 126. A move towards the over here as well. 99% tickets, 99% cash on the over in this one here. 66% of the tickets, 63% of the cash is on the Red Sox in this one. And the line moving towards the Rangers tells me the Rangers are really, really live in this game. And I don't expect the Red Sox to win every single game. I don't. It's actually Rangers or nothing for me in this game. I was on the Red Sox yesterday. I would only look the opposite side here today, and I'm kind of interested in it. Tanner Houck was really strong. Jack Leiter was a big question mark, and he's somebody that I have my eye on this year to potentially take a step up this year. So yes, if I had to bet this game, it'd be Rangers or no bet here for me. And the more and more I look at it, the more and more I'm interested in it. But yeah, I would only look at the Rangers in this game if I had to bet it. Doesn't Connor Gillespie play for the Suns? Maybe. That's Colin Gillespie. There you go. I took the Rays first 5 money line. Good luck. Morning, Nick. What's good, Untouchable? Solid performance in baseball. Yeah. Pass. Under 9. I could see an under in this game. I definitely can. Is Jake healthy? DeGrom is back and he's ready to go. I think he might be pitching tomorrow for the Rangers. I kind of want to see if he is. Does he pitch tomorrow for Texas? No, it's Molly for Texas tomorrow. Are they going to start him as late as possible? DeGrom will be on Sunday. DeGrom pitches on Sunday. I look forward to seeing DeGrom pitch. I do. The only thing that annoyed me was losing the fun Nerfy parlays. One because of St. Louis and the other because of Arizona. Yeah. Nerfy for this in Miami again. Yeah. Oh, so he's back. Yeah. DeGrom is back. I think he has a good year. I do. I want to back him in his starts. I do. St. Louis live plus 250 was nice. Nice. There you go. Yeah, the Blues have been fun. The Blues have been a lot of fun. We'll move on. We have the New York Mets taking on the Houston Astros, minus 120 for the Astros, total 8. Yeah, these are not two gimme games to start the year for the Mets. Get Framer Valdez and then Hunter Brown to start off the year. This line opened up at a 130. It's now a 121 for the Astros, so we do have a move towards the Mets in this game here. Line opened up at an 8 at minus 110. It's now an 8 at minus 118, so we'll move towards the over here as well. 98% tickets, 98% of cash on the over. That makes sense. And then we have 37% of tickets and 54% of cash on the Mets, and the line's moving towards them. So sharp money coming in on New York in this game. The Mets 0-1, 0-1 on the road. The Astros 1-0, 1-0 at home. A couple good things from the Mets in this game, if you're looking in this direction. The Astros ran through their best pitchers yesterday. Abreu threw 30-plus pitches. Hader pitched 30-plus pitches. Neither of them will be available in this game. So all of a sudden, the bullpen, let me get up Wire bullpen usage. This was a big tool for me yesterday. Not yesterday, last year when it came to looking at bullpens here, because the Astros ran through their top arms in this one. 25 pitches for Abreu, 35 for Hader. On the Mets side for this one, I believe it was Braziban and it was Danny Young. Braziban threw 34, Danny Young threw 14. So that means their top arms are all available. Minter's available, Diaz is available, Kranick is available. Like, they got basically their entire bullpen except for Braziban available for this game here. It's going to be Tyler McGill taking on Hunter Brown. McGill is an interesting pitcher. Where he's one of those where he makes the rotation, it feels like, every year because some type of injury in the Mets rotation, whether it was DeGrom a couple years ago, Scherzer and Verlander a few years ago. He made 15 starts, appeared in 16 games last year, 4-5 with the 4.04 ERA, 78 innings pitched, struck out 91, walked 32, gave up 8 home runs. On the flip side, we have Hunter Brown, who started off the year really poorly last year and then had an amazing second half of the year. He started 30 games, appeared in 31, went 11-9 with a 3.49 ERA and 170 innings pitched, 179 strikeouts, 60 walks, and 18 strikeouts. And this line, this market suggesting the Mets are live in this game. And McGill pitches good enough, and the offense hits better than they did yesterday. Which, with the Mets lineup, I wouldn't be surprised because Valdez is a top pitcher in baseball, and he looked great yesterday. I tipped the cap to Valdez. He looked amazing. On the flip side, Holmes wasn't bad. He went 4 and I think 2/3 innings pitch, only gave up 2 earned runs. So he wasn't terrible. Could have used a little bit better on his control. But this is a righty-dominated lineup for the Houston Astros, and they're getting McGill on the mound. So I think that actually favors the Mets a little bit here. Getting the only lefty-righty matchup that the Astros will have is Yordan Alvarez. And I don't think that's much of an advantage here. All right, that's the only one. The Mets bullpen, they have them ranked 8th according to Fangraphs. The Astros, they have them at 13th. Oh, and looking back at last game, they have the Boston Red Sox actually at 9th. For their bullpen, and the Texas Rangers at looks like 12th for them, which I'm surprised the Rangers, according to Fangraphs, is that high. I really am. But I think I'm gonna grab the Mets in this game on this spot, plus 105 to bounce back after yesterday. I like the matchup better today than I did yesterday. With it being the righty on the mound. Now, granted, it was Clay Holmes on the mound yesterday. I like McGill. I think he's a little underrated, and we could see him have an okay year. And I like the matchup better against Hunter Brown than I do against Framer Valdez, one of the best pitchers in baseball. So I look for the Mets to bounce back today. I'll take them plus 105 here in this game. DeGrom is 14-1. Yeah. Basically, you're betting you're betting him to stay healthy. Mets bounce back spot. Mets money line. I agree. Great to see the Mets in early season form. 0-4, craps out with the bases loaded. Okay. The Mets need speed. The Mets need power. Lindor crap out. Don't forget, I predicted Lindor will hit -2 or under 250 or less. Then less than 10 home runs and less than 40 RBIs in the first half, making $30 million. Okay. Horrible at bat by Soto in the 9th. You can't go 3-0, then K. You could have had Alonso up at bases loaded versus a left-hander. Okay. Mets are 1-10 in Houston. Okay. Soto home run plus 425. I don't hate that at all. Which I need to put together my four. I'll put together my 4-person. Let me get up that on Fliff real quick. Let me grab my free dollar or whatever and throw my four leg home run lay together and hope to hit one this year. But we'll move on. Actually, I get $1.10 today. Ooh, yeah, for my home run lay. Do I start it in Tampa? Do I start it with a Colorado Rocky? I want to take a look at what the hitter home runs, batter home runs. Tovar, Doyle, McMahon home run. That's kind of interesting there. Oh, there we go. Chris Bryant home run plus 630. That'll be the first leg, but oh well. Let's just continue on though. We have the Chicago Cubs taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks -140 for the Diamondbacks, total of 8.5 in this game. Lost with the Diamondbacks last night. That was kind of frustrating. But let's get into let's get into the line history for this one, where it opened up at 127, it's now 140 for Arizona. So we do have a move towards these Diamondbacks. Taking a look at the line history for the total, line opened up 8.5 -115, so 8.5 -121. Every total is moving towards the over. On this one, 99% tickets, 99% cash on the over again. I think the public's on every single over today. Yeah, every game's not going to go under. I promise that. But yeah, then we have 64% tickets, 86% of the cash coming in on the Diamondbacks, and the line's moving towards them. So the bigger bets coming on the Diamondbacks, the line moving in that direction. Jameson Taillon taking on Merrill Kelly. Merrill Kelly, it was an injury late in the year for him. He only started 13 games, went 5-1, but the 4.03 ERA and 73 2/3 innings pitched. Struck out 63, walked 19, gave up 11 home runs. On the flip side, it is Jameson Taillon, where last year he had a decent year, 12-8 with a 3.27 ERA, 165 1/3 innings pitched, 125 strikeouts, 33 walks, and 21 home runs. I think Jameson Taillon's a little bit of an underrated pitcher, but I do think this Diamondbacks lineup can get to him. And I would lean towards the Diamondbacks on probably the -1 line in this game to bounce back after yesterday. What was the score of that game? 10-6. I do expect him to be better than that. Steele is somebody I'm a little worried about with the Cubs going forward. Gallen, I'm definitely not. I think that the Cubs had a good game with him yesterday. And I would look towards the Diamondbacks in this one here. On the -1 line would probably be my lean. And I would be around 135, 145. So that actually probably, and you can get a 135 if you want to just lay the juice with Arizona. The -1's plus 104. I'm going to jump on Arizona in this game, -1 plus 104. We're getting a better number on the -1 line because they're at home. And I like -1 lines when they're at home because, yes, the run lines tend to struggle there, but you get the better payouts there. It's baked into the line. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab the Diamondbacks on the -1 line in this game. I do expect a little bit of a bounce back from them today. Yeah, it would be Diamondbacks -1 plus 104 for me. To sum up the Mets talk, the most overrated team that will crap out, my take from the first game. Okay. Diamondbacks -1. Yes, I'm on the same page there. Gallen was awful. The Snakes defense was awful. They gave away the game last night. Plays should have been made. Yep. Center fielder dropped the ball with the bases loaded. Awful. Yeah. 446 holding up the show. Okay. It's just part of the comment section. Being annoying, but part of the comment section. We'll continue on. The San Diego Padres and the Atlanta Braves. We have the Padres -125 favorites with a total of 7.5 in this one here. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here, where it opened up 123. It's my bad, -108. It's now -123 for the Padres. Line opened up 7, -127. It's now 7.5 at even money. So we do have a move towards the over here as well. We do have 42% of tickets, 60% of cash is on the Braves. So the line's moving towards the Padres in this one here. And then 97% of tickets, 97% of cash on the over. The Padres with the win yesterday, 1-0 on the year. It's Dylan Cease versus Reynaldo Lopez. Dylan Cease started 33 games last year, had a decent year, 14-11 with a 3.47 ERA, 189 in the third innings pitched, struck out 224, walked 65, and gave up 18 home runs. Reynaldo Lopez had a little bit of resurgence last year, and he was really good. With his 25 starts, he appeared in 26 games, went 8-5 with a 1.99 ERA, a 137 and 2/3 innings pitched, 148 strikeouts, 42 walks, and 10 home runs. You look at his advanced measures, though, his expected ERA is high 3s and 4s range. I do not expect Reynaldo Lopez to be that good again this year. I just don't. And I don't think anybody should expect him to be that good. I think he regresses to be high 3s, low 4s type of pitcher, and he's not going to be a 1.99 ERA. Then the question is, do I want to back the Padres in this spot here? And I kind of do. And I wish I backed them yesterday, the Padres, but I think early in the season, they could be a little bit of a look. And I'm not a fan. I'm not a believer in Reynaldo Lopez. I'm just not. So maybe that's a first 5 with the Padres. But this Padres bullpen, I think, is one of the best in baseball. And really, the Braves didn't really use many arms yesterday. Dylan Lee threw 8, Neris threw 18, Bummer threw 19. For the Padres, though, they ran through a little bit of their bullpen yesterday. Alex Jacob threw 31, Jeremiah Estrada threw 25, Robert Suarez threw 24, Yuki Matsui threw 23, Jason Adam threw 15. So they went through a little bit of their bullpen yesterday, which is a little worrisome. Unfortunately, if I want to back the Padres in the first 5, it would have to be -0.5 because actually I see a -135 here for the Padres first 5. Ultimately, is this a game I'm going to get involved with? No. But it'd be Padres probably first 5. I don't like how much bullpen they used last night, and I think that could leave them a little bit vulnerable towards the end of the game. But I do think Dylan Cease can go out there and give you 6 innings. So I guess I lean towards the Padres. I lean towards maybe an over in this game, maybe a team total over for San Diego. Not what I'm getting involved with. Facts. Yes. Facts. Markel. LOL. Facts will give out. Yeah. Oh man, no Time. Yeah. Descriptions of the games. Facts. Yeah. Braves gonna sweep the Padres. Sorry, other way around. There you go. I'm high on weed. There you go. Under 7.5. I can see that. Taking a shot at the Nerfy here. It's fair. Tim's Cy Young pick King was awful. Also, can't even go 3 innings. Bad start. Padres first 5 is enticing. Padres, yeah. Tim a little bit out. Yeah. King killed the bullpen. Yeah. Got to go over here. They had they pull starts 5 innings. Bullpen will go over. Yeah. The question is, what do you expect from Dylan Cease? Maybe this is a Dylan Cease over outs spot. After the bullpen went a decent amount, they'll probably push Cease to go a little further, but I don't want to do that this early in the season. San Jose first period was fun last night. Also cashed the San Jose first period and puck line full game. Wow. There you go. How about them Sharks? We'll move on. The Oakland Athletics taking on the Seattle Mariners, -135 for the Mariners with a total of 7 in this game. Taking a look at the line history in this one here. Where we have Jeffrey Springs and Luis Castillo. Line opened up at a 142. It's down to a 122. So we do have a move towards the under. Line opened up, or towards Oakland in this one here. Line opened up at a 7 minus 120. It's now 7 minus 110. So we have a move towards the under here as well in this one. Let's take a look at the cash flow. 99% of tickets, 98% of cash is on the over. This line's dropping. I am interested in this under. I am. I think this is an under I would like to get involved with. Whether the question is it first five or is it full game? Oakland, they have them projected. Where are the Athletics there towards a bottom 6 bullpen in baseball. And the Mariners, though, they are a top half bullpen. They're ranked 15th. How much of their bullpen did they go through yesterday? The Mariners had 2 players go, Andres Munoz and Trent Thornton. Munoz threw the most with 12. Gilbert gave him a good game. On the flip side, the Athletics used 3. They used Jose Leclerc yesterday for 28. Mason Miller's still available, though. That's nice. Tyler Ferguson for 15. TJ McFarland for 8. Let's take a look at what this total is and what's the best available number I can get for it. I'm seeing 7s across the board, really. The 7.5 on ESPN bets minus 135. I'd rather just take a 7 at the minus 110 number here. I trust. The only question is the only thing is I really don't trust this bullpen for the Athletics. So I'll end up going first 5 under here. First 5 under 4 minus 118 in this spot here. I could see it being 2-1 and then potentially 3-3 late, which can cost me to push there. So yeah, first 5 under 4 minus 118 over on BetMGM will be my play in this one here. So yeah, we'll go ahead. First 5 under 4 minus 118. See. A's money line. Yeah, I would lean that way. Seattle money line. Nixter had the Blues team total over. Don't remind him of that loss. Untouchable. I pushed the -1 and I have futures on him, so I'm fine with it. LOL, terrible day for Toronto sports yesterday. Yeah. A's again. Yeah. Maybe I should counter Tim's A's pick every day. Fade will be profitable. They still aren't good. Okay. Mr. TNT Tage Thompson, that's my guy. Really could have used him for 4 Nations, LOL. I guess it'll be the World Championship this summer. It will be the Olympics next year. Doubt that. 446. Yeah. Knew my Montreal was cooked when they fired Torts. Yeah. The A's are the 86 Yankees. I think they are an average baseball team. I think they win 80 games this year. But we'll move on. Final game on the MLB card before we get into college basketball. And shit, I forgot to put these backgrounds up. My bad. So still early in the season. Let's get into the last one here. The LA Dodgers taking on the Detroit Tigers. I was leaning Dodgers team total over yesterday. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here. Line open up at a 190. It's now minus 212 range. So we do have a move towards the Dodgers in this one. Line open up 7 minus 115. It's a 7 minus 125. Move towards the over here in this one as well. 99% of tickets, 98% of cash on the over. No surprise there. 93% of tickets, 90% of cash on the Dodgers as well. The Dodgers are a good baseball team. I don't think that I need to sit here and tell you that. It's going to be Yoshinobu Yamamoto taking on Jack Flaherty. Yamamoto has pitched this year so far. He pitched in the opening game between the opening game? Yeah, that was the opening game between the in the Japan series. He went 5 innings, gave up 1 earned run on 3 hits, 1 walk, and he threw 4 strikeouts, 72 pitches in that game as they are starting to stretch him out. On the flip side, it'll be Jack Flaherty, who was a former Dodger. He started the year in Detroit last year, and then he got traded to the Dodgers. Last year in Detroit, he went 7-5 with a 2.95 ERA and 106 2/3 innings pitched, 133 strikeouts, 19 walks, 15 home runs. And then after that, he went to the Dodgers, started 10 games, went 6-2 with a 3.58 ERA, 55 and a third innings pitched, struck out 61, walked 19, gave up 9 home runs. I think he can pitch well against this Dodgers team, but this 7 feels a little low for a Dodgers. And I guess I lean Dodger run line probably in this game. Don't love it. It's a little expensive. It's even money, and yeah, I get it. They probably win this game. They probably cover, but do I feel the need to just lay Dodger run lines just to lay Dodger run lines? The answer is no. But I do think that they have an advantage pitching wise here. I'm not as high on Jack Flaherty as a lot of people are. I think that he may be a one-year wonder type of guy, and I think he might struggle a little bit this year. Yamamoto, he was injured a little bit last year, but he looked decent in this first game again in Japan. I don't think this is a game I'm going to get involved with. It'd be Dodgers or nothing, though, for me. Dodgers World Series plus 275, easiest bet of the year. I told Nick to bet it. He refused, of course. He hates easy bets. I am not going to sit here for 7 months on a World Series bet to hope to cash plus 275. That's just not my style of betting. No. I'm not going to do that. I had St. Louis first period, kill the parlay, and puck line. St. Louis and Reagan money line in the over, so went 2-2-1, getting that live at plus money. Small shots made me feel. There you go. I bet every game with a total over 7 with a 7 total, 7.5 over plus 680. All right. LOL, the mild actually winning was a disappointing killer for Washington, St. Louis. Yeah. Dodgers first 5. Yeah, you'd have to lay the run line, but yeah. Can I do 2-leg parlays for the contest? Straight bets are preferred. If you are going to do parlay, I guess 2 legs would be the max, but we prefer no parlays. Chicago first period. I like Payne. Gross bet. Fair. Sabres kicked the Pens fucking ass. Yeah, they did. The over was easy in Buffalo, and 446 is still obsessed about Lindor when we're no longer talking about that game. We'll move on. We will transition from MLB to college basketball. We have 4 games in the Sweet 16, so let's switch over to that real quick. Do all this and this. And I actually kind of want to take a look at the bracket challenge real quick too. Kind of get an update on that because it's getting interesting for this. Let me get up the bracket challenge real quick because I have neglected going over it recently. So let's get into that here, where we have the leader in this at 620 points. Our leader is Tate Renzenbrick. And then Mark's bracket is second at 610. Lefty T's and Sean Higgs and Coyote are tied for third. Colby Valentine in sixth. Raleigh Carlson is in tied in sixth with Kobe Valentine. It's me. I don't know why I accidentally have 2 brackets in here, but I am tied in 8th with Untouchable and Poker Addicted. Occupancy in 12th, Addison in 13th, Chris Brady in 14th with Markel and Alex B. Smith. Ryan Garland in 17th, Terry in 18th, Parlay King in 19th, tied with Tyron Bates. Thomas Richard is in 21st, Tim's in 22nd, my grandfather's in 23rd, and Destiny's in last. So that is the current update of the tournament challenge, which is going to be interesting towards the end. I believe when looking at with max available points, I have the third most, which is interesting. I'll hopefully be able to tonight will be a big night for that because I think I have a team in the Elite Eight that I don't think anybody else does. So we'll look again at that tomorrow as well. Let's kick it on off here. The Michigan State Spartans are taking on the Ole Miss Rebels. The Spartans 3.5-point favorites with a total of 144 in this game. Line opened up at a 3, and it's now a 3.5 for Sparty. Line opened up at a 146. It's down to a 143.5, so we'll move towards the under here as well. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this one here, where we have 59% of tickets and 62% of cash is on Sparty Party here in this one. And then we have 90% of tickets and 86% of the cash is on the over in this one as well. As for Michigan State, they are coming into this game with back-to-back wins against Bryant by 25 points and University of New Mexico by 12 points. They've covered the spread in both their games, but the strength of the competition may not have been 100% there. On the flip side, Ole Miss has definitely had to go through a little bit there. They took care of North Carolina in the first round, 71-64, and then they followed up with a nice win against Iowa State, 91-78. A 13-point win as a 5-point dog in that game there. Taking a look at my projections for this one here, I have Sparty at 5-point favorites in this game. So I saw value here with Sparty. The line's moving towards Sparty. And this is a Spartans team that I have in my championship game in my bracket. So this is a big game for me as well. Hoping to get one of my finalists in there into the Elite Eight. And I'm begging for Michigan State in the Elite Eight because that would be so much fun. But yeah, I'm on Sparty Party here in this one. Michigan State for me. I got -3.5 in this one at -110 over on Bet365. So starting it off with the Spartans here for me. Let's take a look. Tampa Bay puck line was easy. Yeah. All right. Over in Florida, autoplay, Utah Hockey Club is sliding after the loss to Detroit. Yeah, I mean, usually a team, I would like to back them after an 8-0 loss, but this is a terrible spot for Utah. I don't know what to do there. The number 1 seed's on track to make the Final Four plus 1050, looking good. We'll see. Raleigh, I assume that with the Carlson last name there. I told Nick, of course, to bet this. He gives me some stupid stats that have no relevance to today's basketball. Fair. I'm ass in the bracket. Yeah, they're all good. The number 1 seeds are just better than the field. Michigan doesn't scare me one bit with Auburn. Fair. Sparty Party. Yes, Sparty Party. I love giving out winning player props on the show. Rushman, home run, TNT anytime. Yeah. That was you did really well to start baseball there. Sparty Party, again, time to get rid of Old Moo. Yes. Ole Miss. I'm glad Duke gets Bama instead of the other 1 seeds. Bama does threaten my 1 seed, but I think Duke will put up 100 points. I don't know about 100 points, but yeah. What do you have in the Dodgers game? Nothing. I didn't bet the Dodger game. Michigan State -3.5. Yep. Second in the bracket, but doubt I win. Whoever is number 1 is going to win it all probably. Yeah, I said it, Coyote. Okay. But we'll move on. We have the Volunteers and the Wildcats here. Tennessee taking on Kentucky. Tennessee -4.5, total of 144.5 in this game here. Where we have this line opening up at a 4. It's now 4.5, so we'll move towards Tennessee. Line opened up at a 146. It's down to a 144.5, so we'll move towards the under here as well. 2 SEC schools in this one here. We have 65% of tickets and 57% of cash on Tennessee, which is a little different than what I saw last night when I did my free pick video. I believe 91% of tickets, 86% of the cash was on the over here as well. Tennessee coming in, back-to-back wins, obviously. Wofford, they beat them by 15, and then they took care of UCLA with a 9-point win there. Kentucky got Troy in the first round, a 76-57 win, and then they got Illinois 84-75 in the second game, a win for them there. These two teams, being in the SEC, have played each other twice, and Kentucky was the only team to hand Tennessee a loss at home this year. Kentucky has beaten Tennessee in both games this year. They won 78-73 on January 28th in Tennessee as 10.5-point dogs. They followed that up on February 11th with a win as 3.5-point dogs at home, 75-64. So the Wildcats have played the Volunteers really well this year, but it's tough to beat a team 3 times in a season. And when it's two high quality teams, yes, I'm going to bet that I'm going to bet against a team winning 3 in a row against the same opponent. I'm on Rocky Top here in this game. Another team I'm very high on with Tennessee. I have them making it to the elite, or to the Final Four before they fall to Duke. I'm on Tennessee in this game. I think that they win this game by double digits. Oh, my bad. The 65-56, it was different because that's the money line. 60% of tickets and 59% of cash is on Kentucky in this game. That's what it is for the spread. I read the wrong numbers there in that one. But yes, I do think that this is a Tennessee spot, 100%. And I'm going to lay the points with the Volunteers here in this one. I think they take care of business in this game. Let's see. I bet Michigan State when they're down. Yeah, I don't know how much they'd be down at any point, though. Parlay plus 1050 Coyote. I gave it out to you. You blew it. You're acting like it's won already. Go Vols. Tennessee. Live bet Tennessee when they're down. I can see that. I give Nixter so many bets, and what he does, he bets Portland to make the play-in. Yes, because I don't tail people. I don't. Live bet the freaking Leafs right before they score 2 goals under a minute left plus 750. Ugh. Wow. That would have been Kentucky plus 4.5. This tournament is really is about to be really chalky now. Probably. It's March chalkness. The only team that might pull off a shocker is the Wolverines. I agree with that. I live bet Texas Tech plus 140. Never in doubt. There you go. Tennessee team total over 74.5 minus 112. It's not a bad look either. I do think Tennessee can put up some points in this game. We'll move on. Don't worry. If you guys are looking for some upsets, I got some of the next 2 games here. We have the Auburn Tigers taking on the Michigan Wolverines. We have the Auburn Tigers 9-point favorites in this game with a total of 154 in this one here. Let's take a look at the line history in this one. It opened up at an 8.5. It did get to a 7.5 at one point, and it got up to a 9. It's back to an 8.5, so no line movement since the opening line. Line opened up 152.5. It's now 154.5, so we'll move towards the over here as well. 65% of tickets, 66% of the cash is on Michigan. A little concerning, but it's nothing crazy. And then 79% of tickets, 81% of cash is on the over here as well. Taking a look at the matchup here, we have Auburn. They struggled coming into the tournament before they got to play Alabama State and Creighton. They lost 3 of their last 4 games. They lost to Texas A&M. They lost to Alabama. They did beat Ole Miss, but then they lost to Tennessee before they took care of business against Alabama State, where they won but didn't cover as 31.5-point favorites. And then they won and covered as 9-point favorites against Creighton. On the flip side, Michigan, they came into the tournament Big Ten tournament champions. They beat Purdue, Maryland, and Wisconsin on their way to the Big Ten tournament crown. And then they knocked off UC San Diego, which for whatever reason the public loved that day. And then Texas A&M 91-79. They got the win there as well. This Michigan Wolverines team is feeling a little bit like the NC State team that we saw in the tournament last year. On the flip side, we have Auburn, who I feel like I know they're the number 1 overall seed. They felt like the most vulnerable number 1 seed heading into this tournament. And I think they get bounced here in this spot here. I got plus 9 with the Wolverines, and I got plus 350. I'm also sitting at 10 to on a 10-1 ticket for the Wolverines to make the Elite 8. And I think I have 19-1 for them to win the region as well, or 22-1 or something like that as well for them to win the regional. So I am very high on this Michigan Wolverines team out of the Big Ten. And I'm going to continue ride with them here in this spot. I want to take a look at what the numbers I got for them were. And that was 22-1 to win the region. That's just a 1/10 of unit sprinkle. I have half unit on them, 10-1 to make the Elite Eight. So I do have some investment here in the Wolverines, and I do believe they continue going. And I feel like this could be a make or break on the bracket challenge as well, because I don't think anyone above me has Michigan in the Elite Eight. So this would be a really, really big boost if I can get that. So I'm on the Wolverines here, plus 9 and plus 350. Let's see. I got a Nick type bet, big odds. I'll give out soon. All right. Lean Auburn, pass. Michigan plus 340. I can't believe Auburn is laying 9. If I didn't need Auburn, I would take the 9. Yeah. Public dog, maybe a little, but nothing crazy. 154 is too high. I go under. Fair. LOL, I know how you feel, Robert, with the Leafs game. I do that. I do some live for NHL. 2 of the 3 Toronto plus 2.5. Plus, wow. Yeah, you got the draw at 7-1. That's pretty nice. Was kind of thinking it, but would have been the same script as San Jose, Carolina. Auburn is tricky. They can win easy or struggle. Yeah. Ugly under game. I could see that. I could definitely see that. Last game of the night, the Houston Cougars taking on the Purdue Boilermakers. 8-point favorites are the Cougars in this one, total of 132. Take a look at the line history in this game here, where it is. It opened up with Purdue as it opened up 7.5 range. It went up to an 8, and it's been sitting at an 8 for a while now. And then it finally clicked up to an 8.5 this morning. That does make me a little nervous. Line opened up 134. It's down to a 132.5. Taking a look at the cash flow, I guess it makes sense the line moved. 66% of the tickets, 80% of the cash is on the Cougars in this one here. 91% of the tickets, 84% of the cash on the over in this spot here. Taking a look at what my projections have for this game. By the way, my projections have Auburn -8 for the previous game, and this one has Houston -7.5. So I think this 8.5 number, I'm trying to remember if I got 8.5 or 9 with Purdue. I got 8.5 with Purdue, so I saw a point of value on Purdue there, and I got plus 315 because if there's value on the spread, there's value on the money line as well. Houston, they are coming in playing really well. They knocked off SIU Edwardsville 78-40 in their first game, and then they they beat Gonzaga, which almost came back on them, 81-76. On the flip side, Purdue has kind of had a little bit of an easy route to this game. They beat High Point and covered, and they beat McNeese State, so they haven't really played a power school yet, and this definitely is a power school in Houston. So I wouldn't be surprised if Houston ran away with it, but at my projections, at the way that the line was moving when I bet this, I had to take a shot with Purdue because I think either Purdue or Michigan is your parlay killer at the end of the night because everybody's seeing this. I mean, and it makes me feel even more confident watching all 4 favorites win yesterday. Alabama won, Florida won, Texas Tech won, Duke won. So how many people do you think also have Michigan State money line, Tennessee money line, Auburn money line, Houston money line, and a 4-teamer as well? I think one of the big favorites kill it tonight. And I think I would lean more towards Auburn, but I can see it being Houston as well, losing outright, or both. So, yeah, I'm taking a shot here. I got 8.5 with Purdue. I think at the very least they cover in this spot. Let's see. Houston will not lose this game. Houston money line is a Goldilocks. Can we get some Zach Wilson for the Cougars? For the only Cougars left in the tourney. Yeah, right. I think they cover, but money line lock. Why risk the 8 points? Because I don't. Because laying -385 is a great way to run out of money real quick. Houston in the under. No way Purdue wins this game. They don't have the offense. Purdue money line. We no fear minus 440, just a number score, people. Okay. Lose Rob, stick to hockey. No big plus money. Purdue fade this year. Sucks. Yeah. Purdue is a fraud. There's no Zach Edey. Really? There's no Zach Edey? Wow. Stick to hockey, LOL. Hockey stick. I'll stick you in the face. Houston team total over. That could be a good way if you want to back them. We'll move on. We have we'll make the transition to the NBA, where we have the Cleveland Cavaliers taking on the Detroit Pistons. The Cavs minus 5, total of 227.5 in this game. Let's get into the line history and the cash flow. Let's switch all this over from college basketball to NBA, where let's get up the covers. Let's get up everything here. Where we have 63% of tickets, 62% of cash on the Cavaliers, 91% of tickets, 89% of cash on the over in this one as well. As I'm waiting to get the cash flow up, or the line history, my bad. We have the Detroit Pistons coming in. They're coming in rested. Their last game was against the San Antonio Spurs on the 25th, so they've had a few days off. They won and covered as 9-point favorites there, 122-96. A little bit of a tricky spot for the Cleveland Cavaliers as they hit the road for their third game in 4 nights, second half of a back-to-back. They did not cover against the Spurs last night, and that Spurs game was a weird one because they had previously played 5 road games. They go home to play the Spurs, and then they head out to play Detroit. I think there's a bad spot for the Cleveland Cavaliers in this one here. This line opened up around 7.5, immediately went to a 6.5, down to a 6, down to a 5.5, down to a 5. So we do a move towards this Detroit Pistons team. And looking at the total in this game, opened up 231.5, down to a 227.5. We have the Detroit Pistons fighting right now for they're the more hungry team, and they're more rested. They're fighting for home court advantage. They're 2 games behind the Pacers for that there, and they're trying to hold off. They're trying to hold off the Bucks for the 5 seed there. They're a half game above the Bucks, so they definitely have way more motivation in this game to show up and play well. It's a bad spot for the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm going to get my day started here on the first game with the NBA. Give me the Pistons. I'll take the plus. I'm getting 5.5 minus 120 over on Bovada. Yeah, sign me up for the 5.5 here with the Pistons in this game. I think this is a spot where they catch the Cavaliers in a really bad spot, and they take care of business in this one here. So I will go ahead. I'll take the 5.5 here with the Detroit Pistons in this spot at minus 120 over on Bovada. Rob, you so violent. Yeah. Mess with the bull, you get the horns. Yeah. No pass, no Cade. Ivan Mobley. Pass on the whole NBA slate. Fair. Pistons spread. Yep. We'll move on. The Toronto Raptors and the Charlotte Hornets. What a beautiful matchup in this one. We have the Raptors 5.5 point favorites, total of 216 in this game. Taking a look at the line history, opened up 4.5. It's now 5.5. So we do have a move towards the Dinos in this one here in those Raps. Line opened up 225. It's all the way down to a 215, a massive plummet of a total in this game. That's stunning how much of a drop this is. The Toronto Raptors are coming in off of back-to-back wins. They played Washington and Brooklyn, so not the greatest of competition there. On the flip side, Charlotte, they're coming in on 3 straight losses. This is a team that's really struggled. They're 4-6 straight up in ATS though in the last 10 games. For Charlotte, I guess that's not bad. This is an easy pass for me, though. I have no interest in laying this number on the Raptors. Oh, I forgot the cash flow. 74% of tickets, 81% of cash on the Raptors. Line's moving towards them. And 91% of tickets, 88% of cash on the over. The line's really not. The line's plummeted, but I wonder how much of that money is coming in on the 215, 214 number rather than the 225. So, yeah, this is an easy pass here for me. This is a 1-800 gambling game. There we go. Okay, here we go. Players to be in the play-in game, plus 650. Only 2 games from the spot. Tough schedule. James is playing hurt. Luka is out of shape. Can't play defense. They will fall to the play-ins. Love it. Love it. We will be fine 4-4-6. Trouble Markel. James is playing hurt. Luka plays no defense. They will fall to the play-in, plus 650. Bet it. There we go. Easy pass. Hornet spread. Good luck back in the Hornets at this point. I have no interest in doing it. I'm not saying they can't cover. I just have no interest in doing it. The LA Clippers minus 12, total of 215 in this game here. Let's take a look at the line history. The Clippers opened up at 10.5. It's now 12. Line opened up at a 216.5. It's down to a 213.5. Taking a look at the line at the cash flow here, 66% of tickets, 78% of the cash is coming in on the clip show here in this one. 92% of the tickets, 88% of cash on the over here as well. Brooklyn coming in on 4 straight losses. They have not covered in back-to-back. Crazy. Brooklyn's 2-8 straight up, but 7-3 ATS in their last 10 games. So they've been a nice covering team. The Clippers have been playing some good basketball as of late. They are winners of 8 of their last 10. They've covered in 7 of their last 10. I have no interest in laying 11.5 points on the road with them. That's a pretty simple no thank you. Do I really want to back the Nets right now? Not particularly. It's an easy pass here for me. Just too big of a number. I guess it's Brooklyn or no bet at this number. I just don't feel like laying this many points on the road with the Clippers, but not a game I need to get involved with. Would you consider Houston a pitcher-friendly ballpark? Not really. I think it would be league average. I think. I'm not sure though. I think it would be considered more league average because I feel like the conditions are fine in there for pitching, but the Crawford boxes make it really tough to pitch in there, and the right field is not the toughest to hit home runs out of as well. Markel, you love big odds. Bet that. Take a shot. Put your Laker pride aside. Tampa Bay run line today. You can see it. Clip smash. Houston's a bandbox. Wake up, please. Yes, it's a small ballpark. So yes, okay. If you can, it's a small ballpark, but the conditions are not bad. But it's just small to pitch in. We'll move on though. We have the Phoenix Suns and the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Timberwolves 7-point favorites with a total of 224 in this game here. Let's take a look at the line history. And this one opened up 6.5. It's now 7. Line opened up at a 228. It's now down to 224.5. So we will move towards the under here as well. Taking a look at the cash flow in this game here, 61% of the tickets, 61% of the cash is on the Timberwolves. The line's moving towards the T-Wolves in this game. 94% of tickets, 90% of the cash is on the over here as well. Taking a look at this matchup, we have the Timberwolves coming in off of a bad loss. They lost by 16 against the Pacers in their last game. The Phoenix Suns are coming in off of a pretty bad loss as well, 132-102 against the Boston Celtics in their previous game. The Suns currently are 11th in the West. I believe the Mavericks occupy that 10 seed, where they for that 10 seed, it's Dallas. Then a half game separates Dallas and Phoenix, and Portland 4 games behind them. San Antonio 5 games behind Dallas as well. For me, it's Minnesota or no bet in this one here, just off of that loss. But I don't really want to fade the Suns off of a 30-point loss either. So pretty simple pass here for me. 2 teams that I just don't really have the good field for. Kawhi is playing, so they want to win as much as possible. That's fair. All right, 4-4-6. Possible, yeah. Left field is a joke. Yeah, the Crawford boxes are really tough to pitch with. Where you catch those odds? DraftKings. Yeah, bet. Under participate in the plan. Yeah. Not 4-4-6. I just look at pitchers for the most part when looking at nerfies. Fair. Under win/playoffs. Fair. Let me see. Quick. Sorry, I had to respond to something for class. We'll move on. Next game here, the Golden State Warriors, 14.5-point favorites against the New Orleans Pelicans. This makes the NBA extremely unappealing to bet at the end of the year. It's just these monster spreads with road teams and stuff along those lines. Line opened up at 13 to 15 now. Line opened up 222.5. It's now 226. This Golden State Warriors team, I mean, they've really performed in the second half, and they've put themselves in a play-in spot. They've lost back-to-back games, though. They got beat down pretty bad against Miami, and they lost against Atlanta. So could this be a get-right spot, smash-and-grab spot for the Golden State Warriors? Maybe. Maybe this is Warriors here. We have New Orleans coming in feeling good. They're off of a win, a double-digit win by 13 points over the Philadelphia 76ers. And maybe this is one of those games where it's a bad team that Golden State can come in and beat the crap out of and then move on and get their anger out after two bad performances. This feels like smash and grab. 43% of tickets, 58% of cash on the Golden State Warriors, and lines moving towards them. So sharp money coming in on them. I feel like you have to move on the Warriors here. And I know 15 points is a lot of points, but this feels like a smash and grab spot for Golden State. Yeah, I can get 14.5 minus 115 full game. And I can get 9 minus 110 first half. I want to double down on the Warriors here. I think they get out early after two bad performances against Miami and Atlanta. I think they get out. This is a team that they can beat up on. And yes, I will take first half full game smash and grab with the Golden State Warriors here in this one. -9 first half, minus 110 over on bet 365, minus 14.5 full game. I believe that was on ESPN bet. Yeah, ESPN bet for that one. Suns team total over. Yeah. Curry might not even play. I would grab 14.5. If he doesn't play, the line drops. Yeah. Now I see the Palace sitting everybody. What a joke the NBA is. Yep. Draw. We have two games remaining in the NBA. An actual a reasonable line for this one here. It's a pick'em. New York Knicks and Milwaukee Bucks. Total 217.5. Line opened up -1 for the Knicks. It's a pick'em now. Line opened up at a 222.5. It's now 217.5. So move towards the under here as well. I want to take a look at the money line real quick because this is a pick. Where it opened up -120, it's not moved. All right, so the money line really hasn't moved. And with the spread this close, the money line is what I care about. 51% of tickets, 52% of cash on the Bucks. So this is literally a coin toss in this game here. And then 96% of tickets, 92% of cash on the over. The Knicks are coming in off of a 13-point loss against the Clippers, and they hit the road. They won 2 out of 3 of their home games there. They took care of Washington and Dallas. Whoop-de-doo. They lose to the Clippers. On the flip side, Milwaukee's coming in off of a win, but a cover as 11-point dogs in Denver. This is their first game back after a 5-game road trip, and they had 1 day off coming back from Denver. So not the greatest of spots for them, particularly. It's New York or no bet here for me, but I truly do think this is a coin toss, and this is not one that I have much of an edge on in this game. So I guess it's Knicks or no bet. Not one I'm getting involved with, though. Palace team total under. I can see that. Raps, Hornets over 214.5. Sorry, just joining. I could see an over in that game. That line's plummeted. So, yeah. Knicks are so banged up. They have no point guards. All hurt. Fair. We talking NHL later? Yep, we have one more NBA game, then we'll get it to the NHL. The Utah Jazz and the Denver Nuggets, 17.5-point favorites of the Denver Nuggets, total of 240. A ridiculously large number, but, I mean, it is the Utah Jazz. So let's take a look at the cash flow in this game here, or the line history, my bad. The line opened up 16.5, now 17.5, so we do have a move towards Denver. Line opened up to 37.5, down to 40. Line, looking at the cash flow, 82% tickets, 83% of cash on the over in this game, 43% of tickets, 54% of cash on the Nuggets. So the sharp money coming in on the Nuggets. I'm not laying 17.5 points, though, at Denver right now. They're coming in off of a 10-point win against Milwaukee after a bad performance against the Chicago Bulls. The Nuggets, they're not a team I'm going to lay 17.5 points on because they're kind of just coasting towards the playoffs right now. They know that they are most likely the 3 seed because they are a game and a half up on the Lakers, and they're 2 games behind the Rockets. I don't see the Nuggets moving up or down in the Western Conference right now. So I think this is a team that knows where they are. They're comfortable where they are. And I think this is a team that they could probably win this game easily. I'm not leaving 17.5 because I just don't see the motivation for them to go out and just kick the shit out of the Jazz just because. I see the Nuggets a little bit as a coasting team right now. So, yeah, the Nuggets probably get the job done. If you want to bet the Nuggets, the way to do it, instead of laying 17.5 points, and maybe this is the way to go in this game because this line has moved up, is the team total over. But I can only imagine this team total is ridiculous. 128.5 minus 115 over on Bet365. That would be the way to approach this game. If you want to bet the Denver Nuggets, I'd take their team total over. I wouldn't lay the points here with them. They're kind of coasting right now. Can't trust Knicks without Bryson. Yeah. Brunson, yeah. We're not even going to entertain that. Nuggets may score Jazz, not so much. Push the 270 to push 240, under 240 here. Fair. 446 has to go. Good luck to all. I gave out my plays. Hope you wrote them all down. Submit your baseball plays and the Google Sheets. One second before you leave here, Mr. Numbers. One more thing. Ready? Fill this out. Baseball plays. Fill out your baseball plays in the Google Docs below. I don't see, or unless I am on the wrong one here. Let me see if we have responses yet for the for our baseball. There, March 28th. We do not have any responses yet. For that. That's sad. Finally going to be done with trash ball. We can move on to the cool sport. Yep. Jazz team total under. I could see that as well. Where can we find that link after the show? You can message me and I'll send it to you. Here, I can do that real quick. I'm going to go on Twitter. I can quickly do this on Twitter if it loads. Where I can send you the link. Did he even have plays for the contest yesterday? No. Hoping for another profitable day on my mom's birthday. There you go. But we'll make the transition over. Let's take. There we go. We'll make the transition over to the NHL. Kind of a tricky card in the NHL. We'll get it started. Minus 225 for the Florida Panthers with a total of 5.5 in this game. Here, let's quickly just do this real quick. Now that's finally loaded. And we have the Utah Hockey Club. They're coming in off of a bad performance yesterday, 8-0. Usually I want to back a team after an 8-0 loss. And I think I probably still will, and it'll just be in a different way. Let's talk about it. I want to take a look at what the situation really is in this game. Obviously, Utah coming in off of that embarrassing loss last night. They lost 8-0 to the Tampa Bay Lightning. They've been outscored 13-1 in their last 2 games, so 2 pretty bad losses in a row. On the flip side, the Florida Panthers, they're coming in off of a shootout win against the Pittsburgh Penguins in the last game. They haven't played since the 23rd. This is a rested Panthers team after they played the Penguins coming back home after a 6-game road trip. Utah, this is just a back-to-back for them. It's not the third game in 4 nights or anything like that. They played on the 24th before that. But this feels like a spot where probably Florida does win this game. However, I'm going to back the Utah Hockey Club early in this game is where I'm going to go in this spot. And then you could probably look to live bet the Florida Panthers after the first period. Give me Utah first period in this game at plus 160 in this one here. I think this is a opportunity for the Utah Hockey Club to Show up early, give me a good first 20 minutes in this game after getting absolutely embarrassed yesterday, to bounce back and show up for the first 20 minutes for this game. And I get plus 160 for it here. And then I think the Florida Panthers, you can look to live bet after the first period. So, yeah, give me the Utah Hockey Club in the first period here in this one at plus 160. Brad Marchand debut makes me like Utah even more. Couple possible overs in the NHL today. Can see it. It's just the over so far for me in this game. Fair. Yup, this is one of them. The overs. Fair. Nashville is really going to deprive us of the fire coach play this year. Probably. At this point, I wouldn't. At this point, you fire him in the offseason. Florida team total over. I definitely recommend that more than laying a puck line or anything with them. But we'll move on. We have the red hot Carolina Hurricanes coming into this game minus 305 with the Canes in this one. Total 6 in this one. And I'm starting to see some 340s out there. Just a monster favorite for the Carolina Hurricanes in this game. I understand why. The Montreal Canadiens are kind of unraveling at this point. They've lost 4 in a row. They've given up at least 4 goals in 4 in a row. So this is a team that's giving up goals right now. On the flip side, the Carolina Hurricanes, they're coming in off of a bad loss in their last game. In that one, they lost 3-1 to Nashville, a game they dominated, 35-16 shots for against compared to shots against. And I think this is a Carolina bounce back spot. I think it's a bad spot for Montreal. Second half of back-to-back, third game in 4 nights, all on the road. Kind of tricky here. Carolina, yeah, I wish that was affordable, though. The Carolina team total over is 3.5 minus 140, so not really affordable there. It would have to be a puck line, and I might puck line him in this spot. And I might double up on Carolina here because I think this is a spot where Carolina comes in pissed off about the Nashville loss, and Montreal comes in a tough spot. And this is a really strong Carolina team that's been playing really well as of late. Little expensive on the puck line, but I'm going to double down here on Carolina to smash Montreal. First period puck line plus 115, full game puck line minus 120. I look for Carolina to just take care of business in this spot here against Montreal, who is in just a tough spot, kind of unraveling at the moment. So yeah, first period puck line plus 115, full game puck line minus 120 here for me for Carolina. I wanted that team total over, but minus 140, no thanks. Who's in net? I'm assuming Montembeault and Bobrovsky for last game, and I'm assuming it's going to be Anderson and Anderson Montembeault for this game. Florida and Reg, maybe for me. I could see that. Habs surprise you when you least expect it. It's a stay away game. Fair. Carolina puck line in the under. Yeah. Freddie Anderson versus Samuel Montembeault, goalie advantage. Habs. I can agree with that, but other than that, that's the only advantage they have. Carolina should be more alert after that Nashville dud, even though they are in cruise control. Fair. Ladder 2.5, 3.5. I could see it. I could definitely see it. Move on, though. Two teams I would rather bet against than bet on right now, the Columbus Blue Jackets and the Vancouver Canucks. The Jackets minus 120, minus 130 favorites in this game with a total of 6 in the spot. Just two teams I just don't want to bet on right now. I wish I could fade them both in this game. The Columbus Blue Jackets are coming in off of a gift of a win. Their last game was the controversial game against the New York Islanders that they should have lost in regulation, but they were lucky to have a goal be called goaltender interference. Still trying to figure out what goaltender interference is. And they end up winning that game in a shootout. On the flip side, the Vancouver Canucks, they're coming in off a win against the Islanders as well in their last game, 5-2 on the 26th. This is the second to last game of the road trip. They head to Winnipeg to close out the road trip. I'll definitely look to fade Vancouver in that game. Not going to do it this game because I don't want Columbus and I don't want Vancouver either. Simple pass here for me. Two teams I'd rather bet against than bet on right now. Carolina, yeah. Give me some Canucks money line. Yeah, it's Canucks or money. Canucks or no bet. Also a small draw sprinkle. Fair draw spot. I could see a draw in this game. I definitely can. We have the New Jersey Devils taking on the Winnipeg Jets. The Jets minus 180 favorites, total of 5.5 in this one. The Devils are tough to trust right now, and they're slipping. They are coming off a win, though. They played the Chicago Blackhawks. So they had their 3-game losing streak snapped in the last game with that 5-3 win over Chicago. On the flip side, Winnipeg, they've alternated wins and overtime losses the last 5 games. They beat Seattle in overtime. They lose to Vancouver. They beat Edmonton in overtime. They lose to Buffalo. They beat Washington in overtime. Do they lose here against the Devils? At plus 150 is where I lean in this game would be New Jersey. Should be a desperate New Jersey team, as granted, no team behind them are doing anything to make a push at the Devils. The Devils currently lead the Islanders by 9 points. The Islanders do have 2 games in hand. They lead the Rangers by 9 points. The Rangers have a game in hand on them. I mean, they're not doing anything to force the issue, but on the flip side, I think the Devils are still safe, and they'll make the playoffs, and they'll get swept by Carolina. I'll probably bet Carolina -1 every single game of that series against New Jersey. I probably will. But for this, I have no interest in this game whatsoever. It'd be, I don't know. It's a pass here for me. Pass game. Fuck the Devils. Jets here at home. Yeah. The Canes have won 9 in a row versus the Habs. Wow. Team total over puck line. Yes, I'm on the puck line there. Winnipeg, New Jersey Devils is overrated. Shouldn't be a playoff team, but will be. Winnipeg absolutely should be a playoff team. They're not overrated, anything like that. They're a team they're a good regular season team. I need to see in the postseason. That's what the type of team they are with that. New Jersey's injured. They're missing their best player, and that's the problem. But they played so well earlier in the season that they are a playoff team. But I will bet against the Devils every single game of the playoffs. I will. We'll move on. The Vegas Golden Knights are $3 road favorites, total of 6 in this game. I'll start off by saying there's no way in hell I'm laying -300 on the Vegas Golden Knights on the road. So this immediately becomes Chicago or no bet. But, I mean, do you want to trust the Blackhawks? They're coming in off of a 5-3 loss against the New Jersey Devils. This feels like if you want to back either side in this game, it'd probably be a team total over for the Vegas Golden Knights. That'd be the only way to back the Vegas Golden Knights. But on that note, it's -160 for the 3.5 for Vegas. So there's no chance I'm laying that. On the Chicago side, I mean, you're getting a 2.5 at plus money. So that could be worth an interesting look there. Vegas in regulation, their team total is still 3.5, but -125. This is just Vegas is way too big of a favorite here for me. They're coming in playing well. 4 straight wins. Generally, I don't want to lay this type of number with a team on the road on this type of streak. So this is a very easy no play here for me. I'm not laying this number with the Vegas Golden Knights. However, I'm not going to back the Columbus or Chicago Blackhawks either. Let's see. Winnipeg added too much last postseason. This year, they left it alone, and now Velarde got hurt. Brutal luck, yeah. LOL, I see what you did there. What? What did I do there? What did I do? Hellebuck is the Peyton Manning of hockey. Interesting. Over 6 in the Devils game. Should be over. Yeah. Chicago pulls off stunners at home. Yeah, they do. And you can get probably a 2.5 and an okay number. Oh, it's 5.5 plus 107 in the Jets. Wow. It's not a bad look. Let's see. I don't see a 2.5 available. I was seeing the plus 1.5 puck line, even money. New Jersey's overrated. They're injured. But I will be fading New Jersey in the playoffs. I will. And we have the Anaheim Ducks taking on the New York Rangers. We have the Rangers -155 favorites with a total of 5.5 in this game. How are we trusting the Rangers at this number right now? I don't get it. The Rangers have been just plummeting right now. They've lost 4 of their last 5 games. Their only win was against Vancouver, and that was a game they were outshot 39-12. They get shut down against the Kings. They lose to the Maple Leafs. They get shut down against the Flames. They get shut down against the Oilers. This offense has been non-existent other against Vancouver. On the flip side, we have an Anaheim team that's coming in winning 2 of their last 3 games. They've received points in 3 of the last 4. The only game they lost was the game where Carolina got humiliated in their previous game, where Carolina was coming in pissed off. I would say, yeah, this Rangers team is coming in pissed off. This Rangers team is heartless. Rangers team doesn't care. It's crazy the downfall we've seen. This is Ducks or no bet. And is this the last game? No, the Rangers have the Sharks tomorrow, which the Sharks can very well win that game tomorrow. I don't see a reason to lay this type of number with the New York Rangers. You know what? Sign me up. Quack, quack. Give me the Ducks in this game at plus 135. I think the Ducks are a very live home dog in this one here. And I will go ahead and take a shot with them here. Plus 135. Give me the Anaheim Ducks in this game here. Also, if you're looking for Ducks props, Jacob Trouba against his former team is worth a look here as well. I want to take a look at what Jacob Trouba props are real quick. Jacob Trouba point is plus 380 on Botano. Goal is 14-1 on Bet365. Jacob Trouba goal plus 1,400. There you go. A little revenge spot. The former captain of the New York Rangers who was exiled. 14-1. Ducks money line. We need that Mighty Ducks clip from the movie series if we back the Ducks. Yeah, from the D3, the guy smacked the locker after the Ducks pranked him. There you go. But that is everything for today's games. We have one more comment there. Winnipeg Jets team total over. Yeah. Ducks. Yes, the Ducks. But that is everything for today's card. If you guys have not already, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications so you guys are notified each and every time we are live here at ESB. But that's going to wrap it up for this one. Want to thank you guys as always for watching, and we'll catch you guys same time, same place tomorrow for another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. Good luck, everyone.